What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Black men, I want to talk about, a lot of ladies out there who have made bad dating decisions. And, a lot of ladies are like that, brothers. I know I talk about that here all the time. But they have this thinking when they are dealing with a guy who doesn't have much promise or not wanting to be faithful. For whatever reason, you have ladies who feel that they can change a guy. The kind of girl, I can change him or I can mold him. And I don't know why they believe that. I believe they think that they are special or something like that. And typically what we see is that most times they invest in these guys, they invest money in these guys, they give these guys their bodies, they have these guys babies, only for those guys to still never develop. Those guys are habitual cheaters, and those ladies end up very depressed. They end up very stressed out, and then they end up becoming constitutive complainers on social media, and they don't care who sees it. They'll go out and talk about how this dude is a bum, how this guy ain't shit, how he's this and that. And this is no different with what's going on with Lil Durk, okay? Now, Lil Durk has an alleged baby mama named Travana, and she's even went on Tasha K, saying that they have a 7-year-old son by the name of Romeo. And before Lil Durk got famous, she was taking him to the studio. She was buying him food. And while she was supporting him, he was buying designer items, clothes, and hanging out with his homies and not taking care of his son. But recently, she's been very upset because Lil Durk talked about the 7 children that he has. Okay? And put up a message about fatherhood, okay? And he put the names of his 7 children, and none of those children referenced were named Romeo. So this sent her into a frenzy, okay? And she's talking about how, he leaves his own blood son out to dry, and you doing everything like this for the internet. But my question is this: if Lil Durk was a deadbeat at that time, and if he didn't have anything going on as far as being a father at that time, you're giving him rides to the studio, meaning he didn't have his own car. Allegedly, he was getting into trouble. I know Lil Durk was from the streets. He was spending his money on designer things and not seeing his son then. So my question is, why were you sleeping with him? You didn't have to sleep with him, did you? Why did you procreate with a young man like that, assuming that what you were saying is true? And again, like I said, I know Lil Durk has a side to the story, and you have a side to the story, but let's assume that you are right. What it is about a man like that you're talking about that made you say, I'm going to have this guy's baby who is not showing any real interest in me. He don't care about me. I can obviously see I'm investing more into him than I'm investing, and he's investing into me, but I'm going to reward him with a baby that he doesn't even claim. So either he's not the baby daddy and don't like you, or it is his baby and he don't like you. But what we can know for sure is that he don't like you. And the only thing that you were at that time was a side chick. And she's not an ugly young lady. So my question is, why didn't you do better? Because that's the question that many people have. And I think that when we see these sisters on social media complaining about the baby daddy, complaining about Future, complaining about whoever else, our question needs to be, what was it about that man that made you say, that guy I want to have a baby by? What was it about him? See, these are the tough questions that they don't want to answer. But at the same time, when things don't go wrong, not only will Lil Durk get demonized, but then black men as a collective have to pay a price. And I tell you what black men are tired of. Having to pay the price for every other guy when you don't want to pay the price for every other one we deal with. It's not fair to you. Every time a sister, and I'm not saying all, but I've seen it numerous times. Every sister, or some sisters rather, have to make somebody pay for the mistakes of the guy before. Trust issues, attitude problems, baggage. And the new guy ain't did nothing to you. He don't deserve those problems. He don't deserve those issues. But you decided to deal with those issues. Nobody forced you to deal with those issues, but because you did, he got to deal with them. Is it fair to him that he got to deal with them? Because why don't you take accountability for the fact that, you know what? I shouldn't have been messing with this guy. I didn't have enough respect for myself that I should be dealing with somebody else. Now I have a 7-year-old son that don't have no father. And if my son ever asks me, who's my daddy? I could either say, I don't know, or it's Lil Durk. But either way, he will not claim you. How does that feel? And your own social media getting largely ignored. He's made you out to look like a clout chaser by not even giving you any response. But the other guys that probably wanted to date you, that wanted to give you a time of your life, wanted to be a husband, we know what we're going to see with that, brothers. Oh, he was too boring. Oh, he was just too lame. He's only a friend. I only look at him as a friend. But now, since you got this issue, now, it's a problem. And these are the issues that a lot of black men have to stop facing. We got to hit these issues so much head on. And then say, listen, you have to be accountable for the men that you bring into your life. Stop blaming everybody for his problems. If he is a deadbeat, obviously, I'm not sure what he is or what he's not, but it is definitely true. He has 7 kids. He's not married to any baby mamas. I believe he's engaged to one of the ladies, India Royale, but he has different baby mamas. That should have let you know that he wasn't the kind of guy that really wanted to, at least at that time, settle with somebody. But again, being entertaining, being a street guy, you thought that was what it was. So it's not. So take that onus up on yourself. Stop trying to blame him for the decisions that you made. You are just as guilty as he is. But a lot of times they want to try to make themselves much different from that. And it's not the truth. You are just as guilty. Yes, you are. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.